Good day, folks. New Jersey's Wandering News reporting here. We're at Freehold Township Police Department. We're conducting kind of a social experiment. I've had a little help from Police State New Jersey is what it is. Anyway, we're going to do an experiment because have you ever noticed that people seem to flip out when they see a camera? They'll see a camera and they go, "Oh no, don't cover me. No, please don't, please don't." And they have this horrible demeanor that how dare you take their picture. Meanwhile, they're out in public. So consensus is it's rude. Consensus is you don't have my permission. Things like that. When we're out in public or in government facilities where we're allowed to take pictures in public, people get all bent out of shape. Okay, I get it. No one wants a camera thrown in their face. That's not the idea. That's not what I mean. What I'm saying is we're out in public right now. I'm out in public and I have some help. Again, Police State New Jersey helping me out. So the point being is, why is it okay that we have surveillance, we have hidden cameras, we have security, we have a camera on every traffic pole, on every street corner, on every building, everything there is a camera watching our every move. However, we seem to get bent out of shape when we see a camera. When we see a camera clear as day, clearly defined as a camera, no one hiding it, no one trying to trick anybody into thinking it's not a camera, and then boom, surprise, it's not a pen, it's a camera. No, it looks like a camera, it is a camera. Why do people get bent out of shape on that? But yet they don't mind being watched, stalked, peeked from everybody and everywhere when they go out. So that's what we're trying to figure out, possibly. And now we're gonna do a little walk ski here. We're gonna try not to make anybody car sick or seasick or car sick or seasick. Now again, we are at it says it right here, Freehold Township Municipal Complex. That's the court, the town hall, the police station, etc. The other thing is, it's also on par with, a First Amendment audit, I guess we would say. Those are the things where we go to a facility and see that they protect your rights. Your right to film, your right to walk about freely without being bothered. Okay, that's gonna be bad, again, from viewing points. So, this place I've donated to for years and years and years and years. I have been donating since about, I'm out of breath, since about 2003. And I feel like I want to see where my money went to. I've donated, I've participated, and this is where the people get mad and say, "Oh, you're a bootlicker" and all that. No, here's where I'm not. But I do take things from both sides. Now, when somebody walks up to a police officer on the, if they're parked, and then they just start getting in their face, what are you doing on the job? What are you doing? Just sitting there? How dare you just sit there while my tax dollars are working? What's wrong with you? There's the help. Anywho, and for all they know, we don't know. The cop may have just resuscitated an infant. They may have just done CPR on an old person. You just don't know. So I don't like the ambush approach. And I'm not being disrespectful to the job, because they want to go home. I'm sure they just want to go home. However, what I've learned through sheer ignorance to start was that they're not allowed to do everything that they think they can. And it's an unfortunate time we live in. We're almost in a police state, and it ain't right. And this is a downed power line right here. Man, oh man, is that crazy. It goes up and comes down right through here. Man, I'm just stay away from that thing. Anyway, a few weeks ago, my family was up, and we were talking, and they were watching live PD, and they showed people just went and just started looking through a car, and I said, hey, they said, I don't know if they said anything, but they can't just arbitrarily look in a car. They have to have probable cause. Just me batting out some stupid info that I learned. And my niece, who is a sweetheart, she's, you know, this is what they're taught. She said, they're cops. They can do whatever they want. So, no, they can't, but is she wrong to think that? Now, we don't want her to, you know, that's the line, man. Now, this looks like it toppled over, and should I be a good Samaritan and lift it up? I think I'm gonna. See that right there? This fountain is pretty wild, too. So, anywho. Okay, so now, because I'm a dummy, I didn't put the camera on it, I just lifted that up. And now, everybody can enjoy the sign, much like Ace of Base's song, I Saw the Sign. Anyway, back to my niece. It's not that it's my niece, we want kids to talk to police, to not be afraid of police. But there's not much of a reason to want to talk to them, because when you do, you likely incriminate yourself. So that's the yeah, it's cold out here. That's the magic trick there. Do you talk to them and just say, yeah man, I'm good, and then you incriminate yourself by just offering up a bit of info? I don't know, I mean, for anything. I don't know. But, anywho. So, I'm taking the perimeter. And, I guess he's on the interior. So what I'll do is, there we go. Let's see now. Okay, so now what we do is we put this down, and like that. Oh, this is a debacle again. Okay. You know what people say is, if you just comply, nothing will happen. Okay, well, you know, complying is one thing, but also give a lawful order. When somebody just arbitrarily stops somebody and tells them to sit down, how is that a lawful order, especially when they aren't doing anything? You know, so if they're not doing anything wrong, and someone says, hey, come over here and talk to me, and sit down. Like, there's no need to make them sit down. Okay, officer safety, I mean, look, you assess the situation. And this ID thing, you know, I was so ignorant to that, about who and when, and, you know, who had the authority to check your ID. I just had no idea, because I was ignorant, plain and simple, flat out ignorant. So I had no idea that you didn't need to ID unless you're suspected of committing a crime. you know, again, call me ignorant. I also haven't gotten in much trouble in my life, so it's, you know, made me not have to show my ID to also not know when it's warranted. Again, ignorance of the law is no excuse on either way, you know, whether you knew or didn't know, whether it's something that, you know, you just should have known based on your rights, or something you didn't know based on, you know, you were breaking the law. So, and did we come on their day off or something?
Right.
No one's even here, dude.
Desolate.
Dude, there's literally nobody here.
And this is Butch from New Jersey Wandering News.
Good day, folks.
Virgin Auditor.
You bet I am.
We're out for a little man-on-man action.
As always, it's autocorrect. I said guy on guy.
It was actually pretty entertaining. I was in the lobby, and I was walking around, and the dispatcher, I guess, saw me through the window. And I apparently called somebody because the officer came out. But I stepped into the side hallway to take pictures of the display.
And they missed you?
And he goes, oh, well, I don't see anybody here, and went back inside. So it's a real good thing I wasn't planning anything nefarious.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, and now again, so that's, so there's a time where, you know, they want you to check you out, and
right.
they don't. They're like, nah, he's fine. Hey, look, I mean, nobody wants a place to get booby-trapped or anything like that. You know, that's not the idea.
Narrating that, you know, I don't condone any kind of violence against anyone.
Want to go that way? The cars are right behind you.
Let's go that way.
So now we got some commentary from Police State New Jersey. I'm a copycat. Maybe it's a better... Oh, this is terrible. What in the blue hell happened here? My stars. Okay, well, it is what it is, fellas. Shit, my microphone ain't working. When did I do that? When in the world did I do that? Into the headphone thing. Okay. After I picked up the sign.
Which sign?
When I picked up the sign that the wind blew over, I picked it up to put it in place.
Right.
And I plugged the microphone into the headphone, so.
Why would you do that?
Because I'm not too bright, obviously.
Did it mess everything up?
There's no commentary.
Hey, what's going on? You guys videotaping a picture of
The whole municipal complex.
for what?
Being stored in the township.
This story on concept?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys have any idea or anything?
For what?
I guess
We're independent.
Okay.
Also, your sign had blown over there. The one that, obviously the one that's catching the wind. I put it back. That's all. I don't know if it's going to keep blowing over. It might not.
It's been down. So yeah, what's your guys' purpose? I mean, just videotaping for what? A documentary or what?
Oh, we can't really release the information about the story right now. We're compromised the story, so we're just doing taking some B-roll footage.
The company, the art,
I'm not going to answer any personal questions.
Okay. Do either of you have IDs on you?
For what?
Driver's license?
For what though?
I want to know who I'm talking to.
You can call me sir.
No, I would rather know who I'm talking to.
Okay. Oh, my friends call me Z.
Z? Last name?
Z.
Alright. I just want to understand, what are you taking pictures of so far? Or video?
Anything we can see from public.
Okay. Alright. Have you gone up, back by where that trailer is?
I'm sorry, what's your name, badge number?
No, 264. You're gonna ask.
No. We're private citizens.
I
You're public
understand that.
employees.
You asking our name? We need to know your name now.
Because we're
I
private
understand what you're
citizens.
saying.
No,
I understand what you're saying. You got ID on you now. Now I want to see some ID.
No.
I need to see some ID.
No.
I need to see some ID.
For what crime?
I need to see some
For
ID.
what crime?
I didn't know who I'm talking to. You just asked this officer for his name
because
I want to see some ID.
You're public employees.
I need to see some ID. I understand that. I need to see some ID. We know who we're talking to.
For what crime?
We need to know. We need to do our report for make sure that. Okay. After 9/11, we document everything.
9/11.
After 9/11, we document everything.
17 years ago.
Sir, you have some ID on you, yes or no?
You want to write a report because of Pearl Harbor?
Do you have some ID, sir?
No, I don't.
You don't have an ID?
Nope.
All right, what's your name?
I'm not going to give you any personal information.
I got Zeke.
You can put your little book away. I'm not going to give you any personal information.
Sir,
You can remember Zeke. It's easy enough.
no, we want to write your name down, sir.
Write down Zeke. That's what my friends call me.
201.
Badge 232. Friends call me Zeke.
Well, we're not friends, so I don't know who you are.
Driver number 2 was sent to Center Street, both cars on tow. Right, Center Street, 1749.
232-201.
Come out here yelling, getting all aggressive.
No,
you've been cordial. You started yelling at me.
Available to swing over there? We're near the...
Friends call me Zeke.
This
You want to
is
be friends? Call me Zeke.
How'd you guys get here?
Parachuted in. What does that matter?
So you gotta have a driver's license if you drove here.
Okay. To carry it on?
Correct.
I can give him the car, right?
Don't answer any more of his questions.
There you go.
You know, he wants to play the hard ass.
I'm playing the hardest.
I better just put cuffs on.
So he doesn't want to identify himself. Do you know if it's your policy, county policy, identify yourself on this?
I told you my bed.
I'm going to ask you a question.
I'm one of the new guys.
Okay. Well, you're being very cordial. I appreciate that. You know, you're not getting too, aggressive like this guy. Whatever you do, man, don't start acting like him. That's, start respecting the people when you act like that. You walked up cordial. If I don't want to give you my personal information, that's my right. Unless I'm breaking a crime, or unless I'm committing a crime or breaking the law, then you arrest me. But, we got a couple other guys put up over here. Guy, he was polite and cordial. The other guy started yelling and screaming. He's not going to get any respect that way. I'm going to cross the street because no one told us we've been detained, so I'm going to start walking.
And as you saw, we didn't break any laws, so they really couldn't ID us. That's nice and peaceful. It's supposed to be. But that was tyranny. Unfortunately. Dude, he freaking just told them, wow. Oh, Jesus. Dude, he just smoked them. He just smoked them. He absolutely smoked them. I'm gonna stay from a view.
I need his name off. Yes, I do. I asked you for it. You engage me. I need your name. You're not. Is it your policy to? Is it your policy to ID yourself? Is it your policy, sir? I hope not.
I guess that's a complaint form.
Okay, well, we'll find out if this is policy to ID himself once he engages someone.
So as the young man just stated, normally, you know, every police station's different, but normally across the board, it's customary that if they engage you and you ask their name and badge number, they're required to provide it. Again,
Time is 17:59.
so policy may be here what it is somewhere else. It may be the same. Again, it is
Freehold Township UD.
customary.
Officers refusing to identify himself.
We had one guy that was super cordial, and the other guy got pretty
Won't ID himself.
upset. And
Now we're gonna wait for the following. If they follow us around. I'm sorry, Lieutenant, what's your name? Lieutenant Lewis? I'm out front of the town hall right across from your police department. And I was just approached by two officers. One officer, a younger guy, was very cordial and polite. The other officer, an older guy, bald head, black male, he was extremely rude with me, started yelling and screaming at me, and demanded my ID for standing on a sidewalk. Is it your policy to identify yourself to citizens when you engage them? Because he refused to tell me his name. Does it matter? No, it doesn't matter. I'm standing on a public sidewalk. One of your officers engaged me, demanded my ID because he wants it, and refused to identify himself. So is it your policy to identify yourselves to citizens when you engage them, or? Okay, well, regardless, if he walks up to me and demands my ID and starts yelling at me, and I ask him his name and badge number, and he refuses to give it to me, is that against your policy or not? Yes or no? Okay, well, should be. Does that mean is it in your policy or is it not?
that's the runaround Susie we're getting right
It
now.
was badge, I believe it was 262. I don't know if it was a sergeant or what. Again, now this is the problem. I have his badge number, but you know I don't know his name. So if I want to file a complaint, you know I got to rely on somebody else to give me information. He wouldn't give me a business card. I asked him for a business card. He refused to give it to me. Okay, they don't have business cards. Okay, and. Okay. So as far as you know, you're stating that you don't have a policy whether or not it's to identify yourselves.
Now, most likely, this young man is given a runaround.
I would have if he didn't walk up to me yelling and screaming and demanding my ID and wouldn't tell me why. You know, I said, "Are you charging me with a crime?" He goes, "Give me your ID so I know who I'm talking to." That's not how it works. New Jersey is not a stop and ID state. I'm not required to give him ID at any point unless I've been arrested. So why is he yelling and screaming at me and then refusing to identify himself and running away? No. What law, if he's conducting an investigation, what statute is it that I'm required to ID in New Jersey?
Certain things that we have to keep private. Certain things are open to the public.
Okay, well, the officer's name is not private, right?
I mean, with the idea of putting this, the age of terrorism and whatnot.
Okay. All right. Well, age of terrorism, has been around since two cavemen lived next door to each other in different caves, and one was angry at the other one. So there's no age of terrorism. There's no this day and age. There's an officer walking up to a citizen on the street, demanding his ID and yelling at him for not committing a crime, and then refusing to identify himself.
Okay, sir. Well, like I say, if the thing to do is you speak to Detective Lieutenant Hall, and I believe he's Monday through Thursday, I believe, is what he works. Yeah, during the day shift. I mean, he's in charge of that yet.
Okay. Well, please let officer number 262, anonymous officer number 262, know that if I'm followed out of this area, he will receive an additional complaint for harassment.
Okay.
Understood? All right.
Have a good day, sir.
You too. Thank you. Think it's funny. Thinks it's funny.
Jeez. This is the police state we live in, folks. Unfortunately, they're using this day and age for I don't know what, because in this day and age, did we all of a sudden become cautious? Now we're cautious. That doesn't really hold any merit. People are protective of their own property in every day and age.
Right.
So the fact that they're doing this day and age, and then for anonymity, no less, like we have any say on what we'd be able to do if we got someone, a police officer's name and badge number, which is public information to begin with. So, and then to think it's funny, you know, again, it was full-on tyranny, and I'm really close to that power line. Holy shit. It was full-on tyranny, and it was all on tape. So, you know, while we were walking out, we said, well, it looks like a pass.
Yeah, looks like a pass.
And then, sure enough.
Officer Baldy Tactical had to come out and start yelling and screaming as if he's somebody to me.
But you see, that bullying would work with 99.9% of people. It's also why there's a huge disconnect between people and the law enforcement nowadays. Again, it's unfortunate that we can't trust them, because why should we? They're not, and by the way, by law, there's no legal obligation for a police officer to protect you. That's even if you're getting shot right in the middle of freaking the street. They are on no obligation to help you one bit. So folks, here's where the tyranny line really runs rampant, because as we witnessed, Police State New Jersey, all he said was, what is your name and badge number? And that really ticked the freaking bald-headed fella off. And he came out with, don't tell. So he's telling the guy who was cordial, hey, whatever you do, don't tell him your name and badge number.
Correcting
proper behavior. So how ridiculous is that? Okay,
now we're also going to open request his training records.
So if this guy is now so think about it. This guy is now teaching somebody to do things wrong, and that's where the line goes. That's where the tyranny gets worse and worse, because as they think look, right now, for all we know, that cordial guy might have thought he screwed up. He might have thought, hey, maybe I shouldn't have given my name and badge number, but she's supposed to.
All right, so
you got it.
Yeah, I got it. Message for Mr. Bald-Headed Tyrant. Anonymous, won't give you your name because you don't think you have to. You went from in my face, demanding my ID, to hiding like a little girl. So, rookie officer, what kind of respect do you think he gets
that's a
from
good
us?
point too.
What kind of respect do you think he's going to get from all the people who are going to watch this? You acted correctly until he uncorrected your behavior. You did the right thing. He's teaching you the wrong way. Don't be like that clown shoe, because he's a jerk. He's not what we hired to enforce the law. Oh, we just got buzzed.
What does that mean?
5-0 just rolled by.
Oh, no kidding.
Yep. He is not the man we hired to enforce the law and to protect us.
Now, before I was saying something about comply. If you just comply, everything will be all right. Well, now what's the comply? Now, we were given an unlawful order. So, by us being given an unlawful order, we are now we're not in compliance. I mean, technically, we don't have to comply when it's not lawful. And there they is. So
this is about 20 minutes later.
After today, we have the real champ, Boom. Boom.
Freehold Township.
Who won? Oh, there you go. Who's the champ? Okay, folks. So, Freehold Township Police trailed us for about 60 minutes plus. We just walked up and down. We did nothing wrong. We committed no crime. Yet they trailed us in a potential retaliatory fashion. You know, what's deemed harassment? You know, they didn't contact us at all, so really there was no harassment. They were looking for a reason, that's all. They were looking for a reason to maybe jam us up. So we crossed every street properly. We made sure everything, we walked the correct area, the side. We did everything by the book, that's for sure. And then they kind of, I don't know if they got bored or they just lost us. We just kept walking up and down the street. And eventually, they were gonzo. But it was the same two dudes, kept driving up and down, stalking us, pulling into parking lots, stalking us as if we didn't see. And again, Police State, New Jersey, thrashed the guy. The guy got all offended when he asked him for his name and badge number. And then the guy said, wait, if he told you his name, you tell him your name. As if, like, that's really how it works. And you see what they do, man. The guy got super bullish. And that tactic works. They're taught to do that. Well, it didn't work. I froze, dude. Maybe this, I don't know if this is for me or not. I'll try it a few more times. Again, you know, for all you people that say, like, oh, I would have done this, and if that was me, and if that was me, kiss my ass. You would have froze just like I did. And I'm admitting it. And I watched him work, man, and he did it. He said everything right. He said, I'm not committing a crime. The guy said, I need your ID, I need your ID, I need your ID. And he said, I have yet to commit a crime. You don't need my ID. And they didn't, none of that, they never even detained us. So we just walked off. We literally just walked away. And then that's when they started their little 2-mile-per-hour stalking mode. So, doing a constitutionally protected activity, and they get up irate. And then at one point, I heard him say, if it was up to me, you would be in cuffs right now. So, law ain't up to you, luckily. Anyway, very exciting first audit. I never got to ask him about why they panicked for cameras. So, apparently ever since 9/11, they get everybody's name and identification. I don't think that's the case. I'm certain that's not the case. I'm all for protection, but if you didn't break a law, there's no reason to ID. Until next time, the News Wanderer of New Jersey, signing out.